Okay, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press, here at the Southern District of New York Courthouse and the Second Circuit Court of Appeals and the MCC. Today, Tuesday, July 29th, 2025. Now, I mentioned the Second Circuit Court of Appeals because yesterday, after the vlog, we had a win. Docketed by the Second Circuit, long after the argument, long after the briefs, long after the underlying sealing, Inner City Press had a win. It's called Lee versus Greenwood. Greenwood being Sebastian Greenwood, co-founder of the fraudulent crypto, pseudo-crypto. They actually didn't have a blockchain, OneCoin. He sealed all of his sentencing letters, and we opposed it, and it was upheld. The sealing was upheld, so it took a lot, but we appealed it, we fought through, hat tips all around, and we won. It's been remanded for reconsideration with the statement that got to give a reason for sealing, and probably the sealing was too extensive. But the principle here is that you have to give a reason for sealing. This will apply in the upcoming, that we're very focused on, grand jury transcript requests as to Epstein and Maxwell. But it also appeals more, got to turn to this on our way in here. We're going in earlier than usual because in the case of U.S. versus Roman Storm, as we reported Friday, there was a discussion of the invocation of the Fifth Amendment by Mr. Tom Schmidt of Dragonfly. And there was more discussion because there was a question of whether they would really go after him. And you've seen our reporting. Our reporting was picked up in a lot of places. The thing is that right after that discussion, it was said that the transcript should be sealed. And I've now seen the transcript. I saw it late last night as they sealed it. And they sealed even the reason for the sealing. So we are requesting that it be unsealed. And we'll have more on that, I believe, later today, because the trial is coming down to a close. This could be the last day of the defense case. We'll see. I don't know what's happened with the Professor Malikon either. Certainly don't know what happened to a female Chainalysis prospective witness. But I do know what I heard about Tom Schmidt and Dragonfly. So let's see what happens. We've, of course, raised the issue to all concerned. In any event, let's keep rolling. Oh, in other pseudo-crypto news, Miles Guo awaiting sentencing. I don't want to say pseudo-crypto news. They've put in a filing citing the Genius Act, saying everything has changed, and essentially he should be released from the MCC. But MDC, the government put in their foreclosure argument. They want $1.3 billion, a judgment for $1.3 billion, and all of the G companies, G Unit. That's not 50 cents, just G Units. So you can find that on the Hollywood hearsay front. Yes, we covered that case. There was a filing by Perez Hilton seeking a protective order to have his information, he said, not come out in Lively versus Baldoni. The judge said it's unnecessary. He already has a protective order. We'll see. Some people are skeptical, but we wrote it up. Meanwhile, and I'm not going to slow down here, but the United Nations yesterday after this vlog, they data dumped yet another case of sexual abuse by UN peacekeepers, in this case, UN police from Senegal in the DRC. And we asked basic information. We asked, what about the victim? What accountability? And if you want to know what? No answer at all. While Antonio Guterres was pontificating about issues on which he has no impact at all, they didn't answer basic questions about rapes by their own peacekeepers. So this is why we must return. But for now, we're going in. Inner City Press.